Welcome to Evening of Empowerment, the podcast for out-of-school time professionals, educators, and leaders who are passionate about growth, impact, and innovation in education. I'm your host, Richmond Brown, and the founder of Enrich by Richmond, where we're dedicated to inspiring leaders, elevating program quality, and creating enriching experiences for students and staff. Welcome to another episode of Enrich by Richmond's Evening of Empowerment, where this evening we'll be getting into leadership, growth, and the power of your impact in the work that you do. Whether you're leading teams, managing a program, or developing future leaders, the way you show up each day sets the stage for success. I'm your host, Richmond Brown, and we're discussing setting the tone in leadership. In this episode, we'll break down 4 key areas: emotional intelligence, motivation and inspiration, being a visionary, and pulling the best out of your people. Let's jump in. Leadership isn't just about making decisions or directing a team. It's about understanding the people you lead. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage both your emotions and the emotions of others. Another way of looking at this is conscious leadership, the ability of being self-aware. Great leaders are self-aware, they manage the stress effectively, and they navigate challenges with empathy. Think about the last time you had to have a difficult conversation with a team member. How did you approach it? Did you listen to understand or did you listen to respond? For myself, when entering difficult conversations, I always enter with the approach of what are the results that I want from this conversation, along with being mindful of my tone so that I'm always received. As leaders, we want to always attempt to stay in a place to be received by the people we lead. No, you're not going to make everybody happy. But as long as there's understanding, we can get somewhere. One of the best ways to enhance your emotional intelligence is by practicing active listening and pausing before you react so you can respond properly and foster a culture of trust and accountability. When the team feels heard and valued, they show up stronger than you expect. Now, let's talk about motivation and inspiration. Motivation is about keeping the team engaged, while inspiration fuels their passion. The best leaders know how to do both. Think about a time when you were motivated by a leader. What did they do? Chances are they made you feel like the work you did mattered. They recognized your efforts and created an environment where you wanted to give your best, and sometimes even give more. One way to inspire your team is through recognition and storytelling. Share stories of success, highlight the why behind the work, and remind your team of the bigger picture. When people feel connected to a mission, they push beyond the limits. When I think of the opportunities that I've had to be able to motivate and inspire teams, I have always looked at them as the delicate sunflowers that they are, because they shine really bright, but sunflowers, for those who know, their neck can get weak when they're not watered properly and taken care of. And so I always think of ensuring that I walk into every space thinking, there's a layout that I always see on LinkedIn is like, think like a farmer. And it is always remind that, you don't want to yell at the crop because that's not going to motivate them. You want to ensure that you're caring for them. You want to ensure that you're watering them. You're providing them the proper soil and being able to fuel them. And that all aligns in that motivation and inspiration, because when your team is able to see how you care for them, they're able to care for their team in the same way, as well as know that it's not always about attempting to check the box. It's really about ensuring that the people who have to check the box are cared for in the right space and the right mindset to be able to execute and also operate in excellence. Now, I'm going to tell you, I've had the privilege and honor to be able to work under some true phenomenal leaders, work alongside with and be in the spaces with some leaders that have really been able to impact me in such positive ways. And with that, I can say a true leader is a visionary. This does not mean that they have to be able to predict the future, but it does mean that they should be able to see beyond the present, and they guide the team towards a greater goal. And I have had the honor to, again, as I said, work with some visionary and some transformational leaders that I've been able to learn from and take from to be able to be the leader that I am today. And I would say visionary leaders create a roadmap for success. They don't just focus on the daily tasks. They set long-term goals, and they keep the team aligned. They ask questions like, where are we going? How will we get there? And most importantly, how can I empower my team to see this vision too? If you want to be a visionary leader, communicate your vision clearly, invite collaboration, and stay adaptable. I've always said, as leaders, we have to have a vision, because if we don't have a vision, we don't have a direction to go and to take our team. And when we don't have a direction to take our team and to go, we don't have a pathway to direct our team. So, with that being said, stop and ask yourself, what is the vision that you want for your team? And be able to articulate it clearly for them to create that buy-in, and also so that they're able to see themselves within that vision and how they'll play a part to ensure that everything is executed, again, in excellence for the students and the communities that you serve. Be reminded that people will follow leaders who know where they're going. So, where are you going to take them? One of the most powerful things a leader can do is develop their team. Leadership isn't about control. It's about empowerment. How are you helping people grow? How are you coaching them, challenging them, and positioning them for their next opportunity? Are you providing them the opportunities to learn from you so that they can be prepared for when you grow, they are able to grow? Are you cross-training your team to ensure that when opportunities comes, they're set and ready to step up? A good leader doesn't just focus on what their team can do for them today. They invest. They invest in their future. They create career pathways. They don't ask, will you be here next year? They ask, what can we do to keep you? How can we create that career path for you here so you can be successful in your journey to continue to have an impactful career and an impactful career on students and the people impacting students? As a leader, you should encourage your team to seize new opportunities. You should speak their names and the rooms that they may not be in just yet. Continued learning opportunities, help them get them. Provide constructive feedback that will help their growth flourish, and mentor them. When you cultivate a space where people feel they can grow, they'll rise to the challenge every time. Leadership is an ongoing journey of growth, learning, and service. Setting the tone means leading with emotional intelligence, motivating and inspiring, and being a visionary while developing people around you. When you lead with intentions, you create a culture where excellence thrives. Ask yourself, how will you continue to create and set that tone so excellence can thrive? Thank you for tuning in to Evening of Empowerment. If this episode resonated with you, remember to share it with your team, and let's continue the conversation. Until next time, keep leading with purpose. As always, don't forget to visit my website, www.enrichedbyrichmond.com, for upcoming blog posts that will be returning very soon, support resources such as observation approaches, as well as a new after-school schedule that can support you with your layout and program implementation. Email me at hello@enrichedbyrichmond and request a custom schedule to support your program and your staff success. Also, if you are interested in joining me for future episodes of Evenings of Empowerment in Season 2, please email me as well, and let's connect and let's get the conversation going. Your support means so much to me, and thank you. And remember to like, subscribe, and share with your network, team, and anyone you think could use this pick-me-up in the work that they do. Thank you, and catch you next Thursday.